So I woke up late again this morning with already needing to make 3 videos, and then they decide to just drop patch notes on us. Hey guys, Nightfall here, and today we got the new patch notes for FragPunk Chapter 2, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video. Normally I kind of like pre-record a lot of stuff, but this one I got about halfway down this page, not even halfway down really, and then realized this patch notes is just fucking insanely long. So I'm going to do just kind of a live reaction to it and go through each one. So we're just going to dive right into it. So we got the new FragPunk version update announcement for April 25th, and then it says FragPunk is scheduled for a maintenance update on April 25th at 10 a.m. UTC +8. I don't know what time zone you're in, just convert it. I don't even know what that is my time, but it looks like it's going to have an estimated downtime of about 3 hours, which is not very good, but tells us how large this update is actually going to be. But there is tons of new stuff, including new Lancers, new map updates, old Lancer updates. Just it's insane how much stuff is actually in this. So first up is new content. Lancer. His name is Dex. He's a renowned lizardman sage skilled at scouting. He can use a skill called cloning incarnation, and that basically creates a clone of himself and fights in place of his true self, and even if his clone is killed, he doesn't actually die. He can also place mimic traps to confuse enemies and use shield scales to withstand an enemy's first attack once. Now, cloning incarnation kind of sounds like a whole Spectre Divides spinoff or something. I don't know how I really feel about having a 6th Lancer on your team. Is he going to be able to shoot out of this clone? And what was the little lizard that we saw in the teaser trailer? Is that the mimic trap? What actually is a mimic trap? What does it do? And as far as the shield scales goes, I kind of predicted that one. I did say that they have hardened scales, so maybe they take like a damage reduction. This is kind of that. So then we got a new map and mode called Kepler Station Acer, which we got in the preview, and this is just a TDM mode. Apparently it's a scientific research station that's located next to Yggdrasil, and here's all of the available game modes that you'll be able to play on it. Then we get some limited time game modes beginning on May 9th. You get Blitz Ballet from May 9th until May 22nd. Then you'll get Chaos Clash from May 23rd to June 5th. And then the one that I think everybody's waiting for is Classic Clash, and that'll be available from June 6th until June 19th, which is kind of disappointing. I thought that was going to be like a permanent game mode, but as we can see, we do get returning game modes. So if you like this game mode, make sure you play it a bunch so that they know to bring it back. And if you don't already know what Classic Clash is, it's just the normal game mode without the cards. So moving down a little further here, we have a new headshot only mode, which we already saw in the teaser trailer. And this is the new rotation. So it looks like it's going to be on a daily thing. So Mondays will be Mirror Clash. Tuesdays will be Capture the Core. Wednesday will be One Shot. Thursday will be Headshot only on odd weeks. Rocketeers on even weeks. Deck Deathmatch on Friday. Sniper Deathmatch on Saturday. And then on Sunday is Melee Deathmatch. I don't really play a lot of the arcade rotation modes, so this doesn't really affect me a whole lot. Now they talk about Outbreak mode iterations, so changes to Outbreak. And here's my first post edit. This video was going to be over 40 minutes long. So in an attempt to cut this down into more digestible size format, I'll pause the video here for you guys to see, or you can check out the patch notes link if you want to read all of the different changes to these different game modes and the map training. But for the sake of time, we will move on to the next section. Shard card adjustments. Here's where we start getting into the meat and potatoes, and this is about where I checked out after realizing that I was only like a 10th of the way through these patch notes. So if you're thinking this video is going to be over anytime soon, you might want to just go grab a snack. So a total of 67 new shard cards have been added to Shard Clash mode, while 25 have been removed, and all shard cards now begin as unlocked. Now it does say for specific shard card information, please refer to the appendix. I guess that's towards the bottom. We'll have to wait and see what cards they're talking about that they removed and which ones they added. But moving on, we have a new battle pass that will launch on April 29th. Premium pass includes 2 superb Lancer skins for Jaguar and Hollow Point, plus the rare Lancer skin bundle, Purple Flame. Purple skins, purple weapon skins, purple logo, purple game, purple keyboard, purple monitor. But why does everything have to be purple? Additionally, there are 5 superb weapon skins in the jungle camo line. I'm assuming it's just going to be like leaves on your weapons. I don't know. Well, we'll have to see what that is. I guess you have to buy, it's probably a bundle along with the purple flame. Purple bundle. Purple! Next, they talk about the Invitational, the global tournament that FragPunk is hosting. And now we finally get to Lancer updates. And if we just quickly scroll through here, it looks like everyone has some kind of an update. Haven't seen these yet, so here we go. Nitro, Chug Chug, added an alert when Nitro is attacked. Why? What for what? The wall. Nitro can now destroy each part of the wall independently by interacting with it. Mr. Pew Pew adjusted the hitbox of Mr. Pew Pew, I'm assuming that's her turret, making it easier to hit. That was sorely needed, but that's all the Nitro changes we got. So she can still fucking break the game by placing walls wherever the hell she wants to, I'm assuming, unless that's further down in the patch notes. But she can still place her wall on top of her other wall, which I thought should have just been removed. And then now we're just buffing arguably the strongest Lancer in the game, minus the hitbox change. Don't like it. The only change I wanted to see here was remove Nitro from the game. That's it. That's all I wanted to see. Let's take a look at Spider. Teleporter placement range has been adjusted to within 2 meters of Spider himself. I'm not really sure what that means. Teleportation portal can no longer be placed in locations where standing is not possible. Fair. Portal's health has now been reduced to 175. Again, fair. That portal had way too much health to begin with. After a friendly player uses a portal, other friendly players will now be unable to use it for 8 seconds. Wow. 8 seconds. So if I go through his portal, we can't use the portal for 8 seconds. So no more just flanking with Spider's portal for the whole team. Kind of piss off a lot of Spider mains. And Spirited Away, an indicator has been added to the teleport trap to make it easier to detect. Let's go. Now also has a delay of 1 second upon landing before it begins to pull in enemies. Well, I think Spider just went from one of the most OP characters in the game to being almost completely fucking useless. Have fun, Spider mains. Pathogen, Killer Queen. This trap has had its size adjusted to make it easier to detect. So the glowing red canister on the ground needed to be increased in size because people are blind. You'll love to see it. Jaguar, Livewire. Hitbox of the skill gadget has been adjusted to make it easier to destroy. Number of uses has been increased from 2 to 3. I mean, the hitbox was kind of annoying, but honestly, it doesn't need to be easier to destroy. It glows red and it's pretty fucking big, but whatever. Chomper. Chomper's attack interval has been adjusted to 1 second. Would have been nice to know what it was before. Is he chomping my toes faster or slower now? Because it should have been that 1 second makes it seem like it's faster. Let me know down in the comments if you think that's faster. I don't like that if that's faster. It should have been slower. Explosive Bait adjusted the hitbox of the skill gadget to make it easier to destroy. Cool. Corona, fast lane, dash distance has been increased from 5 meters to 6 meters, W. While dashing, Corona is immune to most debuffs. Very nice. Ashes to Ashes, damage reduction and movement speed increase effects will now last for 1.5 seconds after leaving the area. Sustained damage dealt by the area has been increased, with the damage interval reduced from 0.2 to 0.1 second. Wait, sustained damage dealt by the area has been increased, with the damage interval reduced from 0.2 to 0.1. Oh, okay, I see what they're saying. That makes sense. Okay, I had a slow moment there for a minute. Damage reduction effect has been increased from 20% to 25%. So Corona gets a nice buff. Broker, high explosive rockets can now be launched normally while dashing. I don't know how I feel about that. Should he be able to just launch his rocket launchers while he's running? I don't know. All right, make or break time for the patch notes. Hollow Point. Meteora no longer detects enemies within its field of view while aiming. Does that mean Zephyr also doesn't get detected or outlined? Because if so, I'm all for it. Smoke Screen cooldown time has been increased, and it is no longer possible to use this ability in quick succession. Like that. I hate when they cut off angles and just freeze both of them. But going back to this one here, that's good, because that also must mean now she's not able to just detect people through the misty sights and smoke and shit. So yes, please. Axon, electric guitar. The feel of firing and throwing sticky bombs has been optimized. Now if the fire button is pressed during the throw, Axon will fire immediately after completing the throw. Fixed an issue where using a charged knife dash and slide tackle simultaneously would significantly extend the slide tackle distance. All right. Zephyr, Midnight Rambler, fixed an issue where under certain special circumstances, weapon switching time was abnormal when exiting invisibility state. That's it. Are we fucking, there's no more, that's all Zephyr gets? So everybody can still detect her. She's still the most useless character in the fucking game. What are we doing? What are we actually doing? Why do you guys hate Zephyr? Oh, brother. Lancer skins. Let's not get hung up on Zephyr. Optimize display effects of the Cyber Saint skin Spirit Tail custom components. Optimize the animation performance of all the sticky fingers for Axon. Optimize animation performance of punching without weapons for Corona's FragPunk skin. Fixed visual issue for several of Chum's skins while in first-person perspective. Okay. I don't know what optimize the display effects of the Cyber Saint skin means, but this should be for all skins. We need that option that we can hide it from the enemies, because right now it doesn't work like that. Please give us the option or fix the existing one in the game. Weapon balancing. Oh boy, here we go. Fixed an issue where the blaster did not display its template when thrown directly below the character. The blaster has been given a dual fuse mechanism. If a collision occurs within 2.5 seconds after launch, it explodes at 2.5 seconds. If no collision occurs, it explodes immediately upon collision between 2.5 and 3.5 seconds. If no collision happens at all, it explodes at 3.5 seconds. All right. Adjusted tail effect of the flasher's projectiles, making them less detectable. Adjusted the feel of the jump throw for all utility guns during the jump descent. Players can now perform jump throws more precisely. Definitely needed that. Cold shoulder. So it looks like they buffed the cold shoulder. So everybody who's super reliant on snipers is now just gonna go ham with this. They increased the damage from the 0 to 20 meter range from 23 to 26 and increased the damage from 20 to 60 meters from 20 to 22. Let's give all the sniper players more of a crutch, because you know what I don't see here in weapon balancing? Snipers. But they fixed the discipline with a reload animation for its empty mag, increasing the bullet insertion time from 1.01 seconds to 1.35. The overall reload time remains unchanged. Okay, so just an animation thing. Weapon skins optimized and upgraded the visual effects and sound effects of the Cyber Saint skin melee weapon, Blitzer. Fixed some visual performance issues with certain weapon skins. All right. Now we get to shard card. So here we go. These look like all existing shard cards, and these are changes to them. So let them hear you. It is now easier to reach maximum effectiveness. Painful motivation increased the movement speed boost from 15 to 40%. Wow. Bullet upgrade reduced the detonation time of the mini grenades from the blast from 2.5 to 1.5. That's good. Infernal Hounds. Okay, here we go. Fixed an issue where flames would still appear when Infernal Hounds were destroyed. Fixed an issue where flames could penetrate walls and burn. Okay. So the hounds are still going to give people away with their loud ass stepping. Nice. Hold the pass now only affects the side that plays the card instead of both. I don't know if that's good or bad. What is hold the pass? Okay, so I had to pause the entire recording to open the game and figure out what hold the pass is. So hold the pass is when you stand on the bridge on that one map, you regain HP. So now it's only for the side that plays the card instead of both sides, which I think it should have been like that the entire time anyway. Reaper's Scythe reduced single hit damage from 40 to 25. This has been long needed. Does this mean that Reaper's Scythe can make its return back into ranked now? Who knows? TikTok, time for target sight to close has been adjusted from 60 to 75 seconds. Okay. I don't know if I like that change. If that's going to be the change, you probably have to reduce the cost of it now too, but they don't mention that here. Nerfed A sight reduced the required shard points to 2. Same for nerfed B sight. Itchy triggers no longer affects skills and melee weapons. So if you have your melee weapon out, it won't just randomly stab. That's good. Lifesaver, teammates now only have 30% health on revival. Very good. Doesn't really matter though, because anytime I've seen that card actually used, nobody gets revived anyway. Bad knees optimize the height detection mechanism. So maybe I won't just lose 10 HP from jumping normally. Then we get changes to outbreak cards. Mass Cheetah increased the movement speed by 1%. I'm going to run through these really quick because again, guys, I don't play Outbreak. I don't know a lot of people that do. A lot of you that watch this channel are just here for the ranked mode or the shard clash mode. So if you want to check out these patch notes, I'll leave the link for them down in the description. You could check them out or you could pause the video here, but I'm going to run through these super quick. So speed round, Health Club reduced the required shard points from 13 to 8. Iron Head increased it from 7 to 18, which sounds crazy. Squat Defense increased the damage reduction and recoil reduction while crouching from 27 to 30%. Weighted Bullets reduced the slow effect and duration boost from 30 to 20. Lucky Bullets increased the required shard points from 12 to 18. Also increased the max number of duplicates players can hold from 1 to 2. Superfly changed rarity from gold to purple. Holistic Dedicin now available to survivors only. Projectile Scan, same thing. Maximum Overhealth, same thing, plus increase the max number of duplicates players can hold from 1 to 2. Close Quarters, increased required shard points from 5 to 8. Change rarity from white to blue. Tough Skin, requirement for the 1% damage reduction has been increased from 100 to 200 maximum health. Bulletproof vest, damage reduction of bullets to the torso increased from 10% to 20%. Imperfect health, increased health recovery per second from 1 to 3% of the max health. Decrease the number of duplicates players can hold from 4 to 3. And ricochet, maximum number of ricochets reduced from 3 to 2. Increase the required shard points from 7 to 12. These cards are for Deathmatch, which is formerly known as Battle Rotation. Actually, I changed my mind. We're not even going to read through all these. Again, pause the video and you can check all these out, or go to the link that I'm going to leave for this entire patch note down in the description, and you can read all of these because there's quite a bit. And this video is already extensively long because of how much is in these patch notes. And we haven't even gotten to the shard cards that have been added and removed for chapter 2. So we're going to move on past that. Last but not least, we get to the general changes. The disappearance time of enemy icons on the minimap has been adjusted from 2 to 8. New option for uninterrupted sprinting has been added in the sprint related settings. When option is enabled, other actions will not interrupt the sprint. I really hope this is what I've been asking for, and that's if I'm already sprinting and I press the sprint button again, that it doesn't stop me from sprinting. I know that sounds stupid to a lot of you mouse and keyboard players, but for us controller players, it's just a habit sometimes, especially when we're in a gunfight and we're trying to get out of there quick, that we press the button again and we're already running, which then causes us to stop running and then we get killed because we didn't get around the corner fast enough. They also fixed an issue where sprinting would interrupt ADS when using the toggle ADS option. Optimize the exit logic for toggle sprint so that quickly changing direction will no longer cause the sprint to end. That's good. Fix the functionality of the settings, hide non-competitive skin components from enemies, and hide non-competitive skin components from allies in basic settings. Okay, so this is what we've been asking for from earlier, way up in the patch notes. So they fixed the functionality of the settings. So this is the way that it's been worded, except they changed non-competitive. It used to be overly visible skin components from enemies. The key word here is from, right? Hide overly competitive or overly visible or non-competitive, whatever you want to call it, skin components from your enemies. All this was doing in the settings was changing it of the enemy. This became a big topic when the mosquito skin came out, and then more recently when the Kismet Fox skin came out with the tails. And I did a lot of extensive testing with this, and I appreciate everybody who hopped in custom games with me so that we could test this and get this information back to them, and quick turnaround. And then that's, if they actually fixed it, that's great. I come from X Defiant where they say they fixed something and it's not actually fixed. So I'm gonna hold my judgment on this one. But if it's fixed, W dev team. That might be the biggest thing in this patch notes right now. Sorry, not sorry. I know we got a lot of stuff. New Lancer, new cards, all that stuff, but that's awesome. Then they also simplified the layout of lobby information. This is gonna drive a nail in the coffin on my new player guide because now it's not gonna be the same, but I'm still gonna put it out anyway. And maybe I'll just leave a pinned comment about that, but they simplified it. That's good. Simplified menus is always good. And they also simplified the currency system by merging the Lancer skin keys and weapon skin keys into a unified skin key. Related items held by players will merge automatically. Awesome. So we don't need different keys for skins and Lancers anymore. That's a small change, but quality of life update. So that's it. That is a chunk of the patch notes. There's still 2 things missing that I didn't talk about here, and that's obviously the shard card updates that you see down below, all the cards that were added, and also all the map changes. Now, I didn't add those because I'm putting those in their own separate video, and they'll also be out today, later throughout the day. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you have notifications turned on. You're definitely not going to want to miss those map updates because they are some game-changing map updates. But let me know down in the comments how you feel about all the stuff we did talk about in this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.